Hey, life group leaders and department leaders and senior leadership team, Ann and I just want to say how much we love you and I really appreciate the way that you support us. As you know, I've been trying to bring back into the life of the church more movement of the gifts of the Spirit, particularly the area of prophecy. And Paul is very clear in 1 Corinthians chapter 14. He said the gift of prophecy should be there, but it needs to be done decently and in order. So we as an eldership are trying to figure out how do we release this gift, but in a God-honoring way. So here is what I'd like you to help us with and pass on to all the people that you are serving. This is how we're going to approach it. Number one is we won't allow any strangers or someone that's unknown to the community to be able to stand up and prophesy. John 10 says this. Jesus said, they will know my voice and the sheep will respond to my voice, but they will never respond to a stranger. So even if it's the right prophecy, if they cannot hear the voice because it's a stranger, they won't be able to receive it. It will spook the sheep. So it won't be anybody that's a stranger or unfamiliar to our community. Second thing, I have an expectancy that it'll come from leaders, the senior leadership of the church and the kingdom partners. Because when you think about it, if God's going to speak to us, it's going to be through those that are the most committed to Him, most surrendered, that He's most likely to actually receive the information. So we're looking at from the senior leadership team, the leadership team, and the kingdom partners. Now, when someone feels they have a prophetic word, then we want them to come to the front, and I'll have a microphone, or whoever's leading the meeting will have a microphone there. And then they just whisper to us what the theme is of what they feel they want to share. You need to instruct them to be gracious at this point in time if the leader, whoever feels like that's not right for the day, not to get offended because we're taking into consideration the whole morning of what's going on. However, if we feel that the word is right for the day, then I want to give you some instruction as to how it will take place. Because this is not preaching, it's not doing a testimony, and it's not sharing, it's prophecy. So it's declaring the word of the Lord over us. So what I will say is they will stand with us down the front, they will look at the stage, and there'll be no eye contact with the people. Because when you're preaching and when you're teaching, you're looking and listening to God and the people, and you're trying to adjust to get the message and get the truth to be received. With prophecy, it's being declaring, so we don't want any eye contact, we don't want anyone getting messed up, because that's how people start sharing in the spirit and then end up finishing in the flesh. So you'll stand down there with us when the appropriate time comes, then we'll just get you to deliver that prophecy, looking straight forward at the stage, eyeballing no one, just declaring what God wants to say to His people. Now, just a little instruction on how to begin it. Like years ago, it used to be a thus saith the Lord, but I want to encourage you, start every prophetic word off like this. I really feel like God is saying to us, if you, my people, will humble yourself and pray, if you'll seek after me with all of your heart, if you'll go after me like after silver and gold, then turn to me, then I will bless you, I will restore you. I will be your God and you will be my people. Done. At that point in time, you turn and you walk away. There is no commentaries, there's no explaining it or anything like that. You just declare the word and walk away. Then it's the responsibility of myself as the senior pastor or the other leader that's there or the worshiper to pick up and know what to do with it. We really want to elevate this and have the voice of the shepherd speaking, but we want to do it in a decent order so it doesn't get out of hand. So let me just recap those things for you. Encourage your people. Those strangers, those that aren't known to the community will be allowed to prophesy. We're looking for it out of the leaders and the kingdom partners because it makes sense. The most mature are the ones that God's going to want to use. When you do, you come to the front, hold it loosely. If the leader says no, it's good for now, then don't get offended. If it is, stay there. You'll declare it. It's not a preaching, it's not a teaching. You'll not face the audience. You'll not eyeball them. You'll look straight ahead. You'll then declare the word, starting off with, I really feel like God is saying to us. You declare the word, and when it's finished, you just turn and walk away. No need to actually explain anything else for us to pick up from there. But I think if we do that, we'll start to see the spiritual gift of prophecy operate, and it'll be done in a decent order, and we'll hear the prophetic voice of what God wants to say to the church, unblemished by our natural flesh getting involved. So can I encourage you? Talk to all your people, all your teams, and let them know this is the way that the eldership feels. We can release the gift of prophecy in a God-honoring way. Thank you so much for your help. Let's see what God does in the future.